So housing, food, and adequate standard of living are essentials of life that are necessary in any form of society. The form of human rights, that being economic and social rights that correspond to these essentials, however, are thought of as lesser forms of rights in comparison with civil and political rights, and they have not really been implemented in national laws as a result. So in theory, Western capitalist societies have got other available avenues to ensure these rights. Democratic rights can allow people to demand these things, or capital accumulation or economic growth can create enough wealth that everyone will theoretically be provided for. And there are potential problems with each of these, and they both could be kind of related to capitalism. The idea that economic growth will provide for essential needs, mostly indirectly through labor markets, is not always borne out in practice. We've had inequality skyrocketing in recent decades, and it may also be challenged in the near future by demographic, population, and environmental changes. The institutions of liberal democracy are also not necessarily strong enough to demand these rights. Universal economic and social rights are anti-capitalist in the sense that they conflict with the capitalist premises of private property, freedom of contract, that sort of thing. Democratic governments need to uphold these premises, limiting their space for action and pushing political parties closer together. This has been linked to a decline in electoral participation. So most importantly for my thesis, it's not even clear that the law can be used to advance economic and social rights, an anti-capitalist version of human rights. Law in capitalist society tends to pose legal subjects as formally equal individuals. A corporation and a citizen, for example, are both conceived of as individuals with more or less equal rights. This can paradoxically make it more difficult to address underlying material inequalities, which is essentially what's envisaged by economic and social rights. So in international legal argument, the narrow language of legal rights can also facilitate the ongoing legacy of imperialist capitalism. So in order to be entitled to international law's protection, nation states need to comply with the very capitalist premises, like private property, that make realizing social rights so difficult to achieve. And international human rights doesn't really engage with these premises, thus kind of reinforcing imperialist capitalism. So I believe that legal arguments over social rights need to engage with and challenge the capitalist premises of law and liberal democratic society, and need to be connected to democratic renewal. Thanks very much.